The first ever pandemic was recorded back in 430 BC during the Peloponnesian War called the Plague of Athens. The death tally totaled up to about 100,000. And back then, it may have seemed like the end of the world. And with COVID-19 on the loose, human race is faced with another end of the world scenario. But fret not, the human race still tracks on. So during a pandemic, not only is one's life at stake, but nations worldwide are to be halted, which would result in an international economic crisis. And in just the first quarter of the year alone, Singapore has seen the largest decline in employment because businesses simply can't run. So as time goes by, we take in knowledge from our past to prevent future obstacles. So historically speaking, we should be having the biggest advantage with the help of modern technology. So join me on this journey as we see how businesses in F&B, retail and healthcare stay afloat with the aid of modern technology, putting them one step forward. Being known for the diverse menu options ranging from Western food to local cuisines, Tenderfresh has been around for almost 40 years. Started out as a very humble yet famous household brand at Whitley Hawker Centre. So now they have formed into a collective that can be found island-wide across malls and numerous outlets. So today we are here at Burger Point to find out how they operate during these times. Alright, so over here we have Gabriel, the General Manager here at Tenderfresh. So what is Tenderfresh and how has it become one of the largest franchise of the fast food chains here in Singapore?
Tenderfresh originated from Whitley Hawker Centre. We started small. We started selling our signature fried chicken and our barbecue spring chicken. After that, along the way, we start to diversify our business, opening kiosks, coffee shop store, and now restaurant. We have in total of 18 brands. It's about 74 outlets at the moment.
So with the current situation of the COVID-19, how has it impacted your business?
Okay, our business in general dropped about 20 to 30%, but of course, luckily with the government intervention, they actually help us with our rental, they also help us with our levies. We actually are able to make it through. On top of that, we actually also have increase in our cost of goods, such as we need to actually purchase more masks, we need to get thermometer, we need to take care of the staff welfare. So all these actually arise in our business costs.
So could you explain to us how are the safety measures being implemented amongst your workers here?
For the restaurant, we actually ensure that all staff before coming to work, they actually take their temperature. For us, we are more the kiasu side in the sense that we actually ask them, is as long as they reach 37.3 degrees, we actually ask them to go and seek medical attention, and only when they actually got cleared by the doctor, then we actually allow them back to work. That is for the temperature. Then every time when we come to work, they need to ensure that they do their safe entry, and we also make sure that they actually have a safe distancing. 1 meter distancing. So coincidentally, our business operation is all go by station. So in the sense that each person at their own station is actually already 1 meter apart. In terms of all these measures, we are quite safe lah.
Nice. Better safe than sorry.
Yep.
So how do you actually maintain the quality of the food, especially during these times? Is there like any additional steps?
Okay, for us, we are quite lucky that we actually have a central kitchen. Also, our central kitchen actually do all our preparation for us because we have machineries, like example, washing the vegetables, cleaning the chicken, preparing the sauce, all are by major machinery. So they actually help us to standardize our products. While all the suppliers actually send their products to the central kitchen, so it's only a one delivery or one-stop service, I shall say. Meaning my Tenderfresh central kitchen will prepare all the foods and send to the outlet. So there's not so much of other external delivery party actually coming to the outlet. So we are all really prepared by ourselves.
So in this current situation, customers are still able to order their food with online delivery. So how is it differed from before and after?
Okay, our online delivery sales actually increased by 20 to 30%, but of course our takeaway actually reduced by maybe 40 to 50%. For CBD areas, it actually drops even more from maybe 80 to 90%, which is actually very painful for our CBD side. To be very honest, without the government intervention, it's really impossible to do.
So ever since the circuit breaker, Tenderfresh has tapped onto digital platform. How was the process like?
Okay, actually the process is pretty simple. We work with partners like Foodpanda, Grab, Deliveroo. We also work with some outsourced company like Uber and Gets. We actually created our own delivery platform. But of course, all this is good, but without proper marketing to actually share with the customer that we actually have this platform ready, it's still it's just a platform.
So with most businesses being affected, what was your initial reaction and was there any contingency plan being put into place?
Okay, our main concern is actually our team members, which they are our top priority. So beside having our business contingency plan that actually segregate all this, we also ensure that our team actually is being cross-trained, meaning to say that they learn various stations. So in case, touch wood, anyone actually is being suspected or have, I would say, confirmed case of COVID, first thing we will do is we will close the restaurant, get a cleaning company to do sanitization. After that, we work with various government bodies and the malls to make sure that we are ready to open. Once they give us the green light, then we will proceed.
So after all this time, how do you manage with your supplies? Like, were there any obstacles?
Of course, there is a lot of obstacles, such as 2 months ago, we have mushroom shortage. So we would not be able to get from our China, our regular source. So we need to get from Malaysia, which is actually more expensive. Then when MCO started in Malaysia, our disposable actually got affected. Last time we would say that we work with a partner to actually ensure that we have continuous stock, those same supply source. But during this COVID, we also learned that we need to have various partners to help to support. In case one is down, we actually have another to actually come as a backup. So we do not really have any shortage.
So start out from humble beginnings from a hawker center. Fast forward to today, what brings you to making it halal for our Muslim friends?
A lot of people don't know what the real meaning of halal is. Halal is not about just no pork, no alcohol. It's not that simple. It's actually the process. So once you understand it, we actually ensure that our customer actually have a better quality of food. So that is the reason why we actually started halal. And along the years, there's more and more F&Bs going to halal. And that is why we also realize that Muslim customer is not looking for food itself. They are actually looking for the concept, the dining experience. That is the reason why we actually come out with Tender Fresh Masjid Tuck Shop and Tender Fresh Masjid Market. One is actually a cafe-style restaurant and another one is a food hall type of restaurant. So it's more of a concept nowadays rather than the food itself.
So how will Tender Fresh adapt to new norms, especially with dining options?
Okay, at this moment, we still have no idea when we are actually able to open. And so we will wait for the government to announce when we will be able to open. With that, we are also being prepared because as times goes by, a lot of customers, a lot of staff is already very used to, like example, scanning into safe entry, taking temperature. It's now a public norm, meaning to say that there will be more customer coming into the restaurant. So we need to ensure that our sanitizing is actually more often and to ensure to our customer that it's safe to dine in our restaurant.
Alright, so thank you so much, Gabriel, for giving us some insights about how businesses go about.
Thank you.
From local businesses to international franchises, and with over 30 outlets island-wide, Dominos has managed to flourish during these tough times with the help of innovative measurements. So, let's take a closer look to see how they continue with their services. Alright, so over here we have Eddie, the district manager here at Dominos. So could you please tell us what measurements have been implemented in the workers here to ensure safety?
Okay, during the circuit breaker when they have declared, we have already started a new measurement by our L&D, Learning and Development, together with quality assurance to step into sanitation, a daily hourly sanitation itself, which applies to our pizza maker over on the customer service and including our riders whenever they send their deliveries. Yeah.
So how do you actually maintain the quality of the food? Has there been any additional steps?
There is not really an additional step itself, but previously, whenever we send out our delivery product, it was just being placed in the box itself. But right now, marketing already bring up with a sort of a sticker that we place it over on the box itself. And then when we deliver to the customer, they still receive freshly baked pizzas. Yeah.
So how has the daily operations altered during this situation?
The daily operation will still remains. The process of what's happening right now is that every single order that drops in from any single orders who place over on the website itself, it will drop over on a system, and then it will appear over on a make line where the orders need to be made by the pizza maker itself. So within that 3 minutes to 5 minutes, we have to load over the pizzas into the oven. And once the pie is out from the oven, the managers or the oven tender will actually call up to say rider standby, and then the rider itself will need to prepare all the condiments, check on their delivery equipment, and then check on the maps. Of course, not forgetting about the customer's remarks that was being placed on the docket itself. So from there, safety measurement also taken in, ensure that they bring along a stool, which we implement it for contactless delivery. And then that's where they will bring along a hand sanitizer at all time on in the pocket itself. Yeah. So yeah, and then out they go for sending delivery orders. Target time within 22 minutes.
22 minutes?
Yes, 22 minutes.
Alright. But that includes going back and forth?
Yes, going through back and forth. If there's a delay, we have few occasions on delay, maybe due to customer is uncontactable, or maybe discrepancy about the riders, especially on their motorbikes itself. So what we normally do in the store itself, the manager will call back the customer and inform them that truly apologize for the delay of your orders. We will deliver it within 5 to 10 minutes.
So how's the process like when it comes for the GPS tracker, when customers can track their orders? How is that like?
Okay, for that, we implemented it in 2 years ago for this GPS tracker itself. To ensure that the orders is already on the road. If let's say the customer do a call back and mention that, hey, their orders is not being delivered, as the manager itself, we can always check it over on a PC computer under a flip body system, where we can track our riders' whereabouts during the delivery. And then again from there, we can actually give an estimation to the customer. That's where the customer will receive shortly.
Alright, so over here we have Kim, the General Manager of Marketing for Dominos. So Dominos is a large franchise worldwide. So how is business faring in Singapore?
Dominos, we have always positioned ourselves as the pizza delivery expert. So all along, our platform has been set up for delivery. In this situation where delivery demand has increased, we are well prepared for that and also adapting to the situation as it comes. We also have regular sharing sessions from our franchisor, Dominos Pizza International, and they would share with us the best practices in other countries in this situation, where we actually take and adapt those best practices to the local context.
Alright, so with 34 outlets in Singapore, how has it actually impacted business here in Singapore?
When Malaysia started the MCO, we saw that we have a shortage of manpower, where a lot of our manpower in Malaysia has to stay back in Malaysia with their family. So to fill in the gap, we have to aggressively do recruitment for manpower, but at the same time, because the entire delivery platform in Singapore is also fighting for manpower, so that was that gap that we have to quickly rush to fill.
So with Domino's being no stranger to online delivery, how has the business been before and after the situation?
With the circuit breaker in place, the demand for delivery has increased. But at the same time, our supply of manpower is reduced. So to manage that, we have encouraged our customers to make use of technology. Our technology, which is the click and collect function in our webpage, to click and select the pickup time when they're placing their order. There's designated time to come to our stores and pick up their orders using the zero contact takeaway function. So while doing that, they actually are able to maintain social distancing from prevention of a crowd gathering in the store. With zero contact takeaway, when they are here in the stores, they only need to show and inform our crew here about their order. We'll pick up and place it on the table in front of the cashier counter, and they can pick pick up and go.
And still maintain social distancing at the
Yes.
same time. So with most businesses being affected by the pandemic, what was the initial reaction and was there any contingency plan being put into place?
For us, we have positioned ourselves as the pizza delivery expert. So in terms of readiness for delivery platform, we are already developed. We're also on our aggregator platform as well. What we have enhanced further would be our hygiene standards and procedures, enforce temperature taking regularly, enforce social distancing in the stores, and also sanitization for our riders' bag, zero contact delivery as well. So all these are done using also sharing of best practices from our franchisor, as well as reacting to what the government initiatives are as well. Yeah.
But is there any trouble in maintaining supplies during this time?
There were a few incidents that we have a brush, that we may nearly have an OS situation. Yeah, but good that we actually continue maintaining contact with the authorities as well as with our suppliers. In the meanwhile, we do actually keep a good buffer of our stock level to ensure that we do not run out of stock during this situation as well.
So how do you actually keep up to date with the COVID-19 situation?
Oh, at the onslaught, there were like news everywhere, social media, group chat sharing. So it does send a bit ruffle some feathers as well. So by and by, we also realized, we learned that we have to go through the official channels like the websites and also contact authorities to verify certain statements to make sure that when we share across to our ops team, we're not sending fake news as well. Yeah.
Alright, Kim, thank you so much for sharing with us today.
Yes, thank you also.
It's amazing to see how even the simplest form of technology could be the reason why we get to live to see another day. From ensuring our safety and health are in check, to fulfilling our bellies. I hope this episode has given you an insight on how the F&B industry has persevered during these times. And remember to stay tuned to the next episode where I have my good friend Clary visit more F&B outlets to see how they stay one step forward. In the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy.